backgrounds, but who each hold free expression as a paramount value. Now, building this institution is important to me personally, because I'm not always going to be here. And I want to ensure that these values of voice and free expression are enshrined deeply into how this company is governed. And the third challenge to expression is the hardest, because it actually comes from our culture itself. We are at a moment of particular tension here and around the world, and we are seeing the impulse to restrict speech and enforce new norms on what people can and cannot say. And increasingly, we're seeing people across the spectrum try to define more speech as dangerous because it may lead to political outcomes that they see as unacceptable. Some hold the view that since the stakes are now so high, they can no longer trust their fellow citizens with the power to communicate and to decide what to believe for themselves. I personally believe that this is more dangerous for democracy over the long term than almost any speech. Democracy depends on the idea that we hold each other's right to express ourselves and be heard above our desire to always get the outcomes that we want. You can't impose tolerance top-down. It has to come from people opening up, sharing experiences, and developing a shared story for our society that we all feel like we're a part of. That's how we make progress. So how do we turn the tide? Well, someone once told me that our founding fathers thought that free expression was like air. You don't miss it until it's gone. When people don't feel like they can express themselves, they lose faith in democracy and are more likely to support populist parties that prioritize specific policy outcomes over the health of our democratic and civic norms. I'm a little more optimistic. I don't think we need to lose our freedom of expression to realize how important it is. I think that people get it and understand and appreciate the voice that they have now. And at some fundamental level, I think that most people believe in their fellow people too. And as long as our governments respect people's right to express themselves, as long as our platforms live up to their responsibilities to support expression and prevent harm, and as long as we all commit to being open and making space for more perspectives, I think we're going to make progress. It's going to take time, but I think that we're going to work through this moment. We overcame deep polarization after World War I and intense political violence in the 1960s. Progress isn't linear. Sometimes we have to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But if we can't agree to let each other talk about the issues, then we can't even take the first step. So even when it's hard, this is how we build a shared understanding. So yes, we have big disagreements, maybe more now than at any time in recent history. But part of this is because we're getting our issues out on the table, issues that for a long time weren't talked about enough. More people from more parts of our society now have a voice than ever before, and it's going to take time to hear all these voices and knit them together into a coherent narrative. Sometimes we hope for a singular event to come along and resolve these conflicts, but that's never been how it works. We focus on the major institutions, our government, the large companies, but the bigger story has always been regular people using their voice to take billions of individual steps forward to make all of our lives and our communities better. The future depends on all of us. And whether you like Facebook or not, I think we need to recognize what is at stake and come together to stand for voice and free expression at this.
Okay, that says live, and this says live.
I proposed, there was that alternative version in ETH research where I talked about like the y equals e to the power of x curve. And I think it's like maybe alternative EIP 1559 design or something. Let me look this up.
Most recent block has 1.75 ETH burnt.
Improve EIP 1559 UX by no, that's not mine. That's a different one. Grr, where is this thing?
Okay, somebody is using Zuckerberg for people to get fetched into thinking.
There it is. Make EIP 1559 more like an AMM curve. ETH Research 9082. That was the thing that I suggested as a fix, both to the current imbalance where technically instead of 50% of miners to bring it down to zero, you only need about like 47%, and also the flip-flopping.
Yeah, Barnaby, I remember he released a couple notebooks and then reports that kind of talked about this oscillation. And I think actually Tim Roughgarden may have talked about it in his report last year. But yeah, it's I'm sure. So in 2 weeks, actually, we're having another call. We've been hosting a series of calls associated with the core dev.
Oh shit! We just had our. Sorry to cut you off, Trent. We just had our first block that burnt more ETH than issued.
Oh, well, which one?
263. Sorry, Trent.
Woo. Well, hold on. Let me check if that includes uncles.
We are net deflationary, guys.
Okay.
It's official.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wow.
Is this the first ultrasound money block?
This is the first ultrasound money block.
First ultrasound block. Woo.
I an NFT drop.
Trent, sorry about that. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, one of the things we've been doing is hosting ecosystem infrastructure calls. So this is like libraries, tooling, infrastructure providers like node runners who then provide data to applications. We've been hosting a bunch of calls over the past few months to get people ready, and we're going to have another one in 2 weeks. And I'm really looking forward to see what Barnaby presents, because he's going to do some analysis around this exact behavior that we're looking at now, but it'll probably be much more informed and have some interesting takeaways for how the mechanism is working properly and maybe how it can be improved for future versions.
Those recorded and streamed?
They are recorded. I don't think we live stream them, but all of the recordings are either on the Ethereum Foundation YouTube or the Cat Herders YouTube.
Cool.
Justin, decía algo en castellano para la comunidad latina.
Bueno, hola a todos. ¿Cómo se dice ultrasound?
Ultrasonido.
Somos en un régimen ultrasonido, así que cuando el proof of work, cuando no tenemos el proof of work, vamos a hacer ultrasonido.
Gracias. That was awesome. Thank you. I know there's a lot of people listening from Latin America.
Okay, now Vitalik, do your 5 languages.
Ultrasound money in every single language you know, Vitalik. Go.
I don't even know how to say it.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't believe this is happening. I don't know who these people are.
Absolutely. That's what's next. Is that the next live stream? We're doing the merge live? When? When are we doing that, guys?
When should we schedule that?
Justin loves giving dates.
Let Justin pick the date again. It's worked all.
Q1. It's happening Q1.
It's a 1 minute chart. Like every time you speak about the merge, it's 1 minute chart just dumps. Like save me, please.
Yeah.
Well, all right, everyone. We want to thank everyone who joined this. EPUB guys, been a pleasure to host with you. Of course, everyone who's been on the live stream, thank you so much for attending. We've watched history. I think EIP 1559 deployed. We're at 174 ETH burnt, successful fork. Really exciting time to be in this ecosystem. And thanks everyone for watching. Take care.
And subscribe to the YouTube. Bye, everyone.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
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 Hey, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, head over to Bankless HQ right now to develop your crypto investing skills and learn how to free yourself from banks and gain your financial independence. We recommend joining our daily newsletter, podcast, and community as a Bankless Premium subscriber to get the most out of your Bankless experience. You'll get access to our market analysis, our alpha leaks, and exclusive content, and even the Bankless token for airdrops, raffles, and unlocks. If you're interested in crypto, the Bankless community is where you want to be. Click the link in the description to become a Bankless Premium subscriber today. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for in-depth interviews with industry leaders, Ask Me Anythings, and weekly roll-ups where we summarize the week in crypto and other fantastic content. Thanks everyone for watching and being on the journey as we build out the Bankless Nation.
Never saw this before in my life. This is crazy.
Where? Which is more accurate though? So this one says 28 minutes, and we got 34 over here.
Yeah, that one keeps being pushed back constantly. It's some slow blocks right now.
There's another one. Watch the burn says.
And Ethernets.
37 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be that one right there. Yeah.
You think it's going to be Watch the Burn?
I mean, the Etherscan and Watch the Burn agree. I don't know what algorithm they're using.
Yeah, consensus.
Or no, they don't agree.
All right, we're live on Bankless as well now, I think.
Welcome, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Yo.
Oh.
Hey.
Are you going to give us a well-spun analogy today, Justin?
Analogy.
Oh, he's got a rap song.
Whoa. Go, Justin.
We'll see. We'll see if the fee burn is greater than the issuance. If it is, then yeah, I think the analogy is kind of, Ethereum is standing on its own feet. It's financially independent. Kind of the income that it has is greater than the expenses. That kind of analogy. But we will see. It's looking very, very good.
Dapps.
Right. Right. Everyone has to pay their taxes. So yeah, my expectation is that the base fee is going to match roughly the slow price on gasnow.org. So maybe something like 35 Gwei, in which case, we'd be at Mach 3. So we'd be